tonight. I'm going to take my thing off so that this isn't on the recording. There we go. Now it looks like I'm nice and I got my jammies on the bottom. So Superwoman Lindsay tonight. So for those of you who don't know her, and I actually didn't know her for quite some time, all I knew was that everything Natalie told me about her is bang on and true. She is a mom of four. So every time I feel sorry for myself, I think about Lindsay because I don't know how she manages four children and four busy kids of all different ages. And she kind of has her hands in everything, guys. She runs the ship at home, which that alone is a full-time job. She makes her own raw to ready, delicious foods. I don't know if you guys have tried them before, but they're absolutely fantastic. She makes her own t-shirts. She's inspired me to go out and get rid of all of the chemicals in my house because she uses Norwex products and like her house is perfectly chemical free. And she runs a Juice Plus business that she's extremely successful at with a massive customer base. She and her team have been growing the Durham region through lots and lots of health and wellness events within the community and have created a community essentially from scratch. So I'm going to open it up to Lindsay to share more about her story. She just is such an inspiration. So happy that she's on our team and she's just beautiful. She always looks perfect and she picks a really good lipstick color. So anyways, I'm opening it up, Lynn. So thanks for doing the training on the call tonight. Oh, you have to unmute though, because we do want to hear your voice.
Okay, can everybody hear us okay?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that, Jen. So like Jen said, my name is Lindsay. I've been with the Juice Plus company for about a year and a half now. I started because I found out I was pregnant with my fourth child and I was looking for something different. I didn't want to go with your typical Materna prenatal. And my friend Megan had recently researched, because she was also pregnant, researched Juice Plus and like a prenatal alternative, and she got on board. So I knew if Megan was doing it, that it was good. So I did my research as well and jumped on right away to be a customer as well as a distributor. So I replaced my prenatal with Juice Plus. And right away, it was so much better for me with like the irritability and mood, energy, having toddlers at home and then being pregnant again. So I was sold right away. And I've kept on it ever since, obviously. I put my whole family on it. My husband liked it. And yeah, my mom, friends, family, everyone who's tried it has loved it and has had lots of success with it. So we've all kind of just started, well, my team and I, some of us are here. So we started a little group in Durham. So it's Durham's Healthy Living Revolution. And we started a Facebook group. And at first we didn't really have, any big plans for it, but it seems to be growing well. We keep getting new members. And basically our focus is to reach out to the community and just have community involvement with like local health and wellness people. So in the past, we've done like yoga in the park. We do like guided meditation groups. Yeah, we're set up with an NLP coach right now. So last week we actually did a group hypnotherapy session. What else do we do? Chemical-free kids. Yes, we do chemical-free kids. Yeah, essential oils. Yes, yoga in the park. Just like a wide range of different events that are kind of I don't know. We did yoga. What did we do? Family yoga. Yeah. So just we try and keep it fresh, so we can get new people out to our events. And
frequently, you guys.
Yeah. In the summer, we were doing it every couple weeks, and the turnout was really good. What else have we done?
Parties.
Can you guys talk? Lynn, can you guys talk a little bit about how you found Copper Branch for the people that are on the call that don't know about it, and what you guys have been able to do and their involvement within the community?
Yeah, so Copper Branch is a plant-based restaurant in Brooklyn. When they opened about a year and a half ago, they did like a soft launch with women in business. And because I also own my own raw food company, I was invited. So I was lucky to make that connection back then. And so then when we started talking about where we're going to have our meetings and whatnot, we just knew that that would be like a perfect fit. So we got Trish on board. She's the owner, and they've been great at accommodating us. So whenever we have like a Boss Babes event or something like that, she is all for it. The last one we did was really successful, actually. We had the whole patio and a great turnout, and and she ended up being a rep too. So she's not very active, but that's okay. She has a tower garden and it's on display there. And everyone who goes in always, inquires about it, which is nice.
It's kind of become our home base.
Yeah, so they exactly what you guys are saying. So it's really cool because we've gone out to do a lot of events at this place. And so for those of you that are growing new smaller areas, like Brooklyn is small, but Lindsay and Natalie's team and Nick have like just sort of spread out between like the Whitby sort of Durham area, and they're trying to expand. So Copper Branch is kind of like their headquarters. It's where we do a lot of events. And the one that we did in the summer there, guys, was so great. So like Lindsay said, she's got her tower garden out on the patio. It's on the main strip of, I don't know if you call it a strip or main drag of Brooklyn. So people can see it from the road. And when we were there and we were doing our event in the summer, literally random people that were in the restaurant came and joined our event. And we had no idea that they were people that weren't invited. So, really getting out there in the community and having that involvement. And Lindsay, maybe you can share a little bit about even the cards that you talked to her about putting on the tables and stuff. So just that it's like free advertising, right?
Yeah, so because she had a tower garden and she had people inquiring, and she wasn't really familiar with the business because she's a busy business lady. She owns a restaurant and rents and operates it. So we suggested on doing tower gardens. So we had like little like a tent card tower garden feature on every table. So people that came in that were interested, they can just kind of look at the tower garden and they can either contact her or contact one of us for more information. So it's been really great in that sense. We try to do like events at libraries and community centers, but it's kind of hit or miss because there's always a fee. So finding the Copper Branch has been really beneficial for us, just because it's a free, we have like free events, and usually when you have our free events, it works out better, and then people can come to the restaurant. If they want to grab a bite to eat, then they're more than welcome to grab whatever they want. If they don't want to, then they're not obligated to spend any money, and they can just come and hear what we have to say, which I think we've found more success in that.
Yeah, because we started off with doing a fee for some of the events, and they would have like a tapas style setup, which was very affordable because they would come with a glass of wine and about 2 or 3 servings of food. But we were wondering if that was a little bit off-putting for the public when they would see that there was a price to come.
Right.
So that patio event we did in the summer, which was one of the first free events that we did, it seems to be more, we get more people coming out for them. It seems to be better received. And we did a meditation event at Lindsay's place, just because the environment to do meditation is not suited for that restaurant. But we had people showing up that we weren't expecting. So we actually ended up having about 12 people come to that event, and we had only about 6 people register. So it just goes to show that the word is getting out there, and even if you have an event and you have a certain amount coming, it may actually work out in your favor, where more people will start to hear about what you're doing in your regions, for example, and then you'll get more people coming out to the events.
Awesome. That's really cool.
And we always try to make sure, that we, Juice Plus isn't the focus of our event. We always talk about it, but when we're advertising, it's not like, oh, Juice Plus. We want to make sure it's appealing to everybody. So that's when we do like the yoga, the Boss Babes. We'll do the chemical-free home, and we'll talk about ways to make your home chemical-free. We'll talk about essential oils and other things too. And it's also, networking with people and other people in our area too, like that are reps for other direct sales companies like the oils and whatnot, just kind of, build each other up.
Awesome. Could you talk to them a little bit about how you then share the business and the product, or the business or the product, when you are at these events that aren't solely Juice Plus based? Because I know that a lot of people message me often from my team just saying, like, I don't know how to like organically bring it up in conversation. And you don't want to feel like you're tricking them into coming to a Juice Plus event.
Exactly.
Well, right? That's always in the back of everyone's minds.
Yeah. Like Megan said, on our advertising, we'll put sponsored by Juice Plus, and like for instance, the yoga in the park, we'd always make sure, like at the end of the yoga session, that we had like fresh shake samples for people, so they would try the shake samples. We do a lot of like giveaways as well. So in the giveaway bags, we'll put like the chews, a sample of the chews, a sample of the shakes and whatnot, so people can try it. And then it just comes up, like Natalie said, it just comes up organically too. We just, like the last event we were doing, it was all about a stress-free holiday. So it was all about, balancing the blood sugar, curbing the cravings. And then it was also about like hypnotherapy and oils and stuff like that too. So the Juice Plus, it kind of comes up naturally. And then also with like our follow-up. So when we follow up all the people that came out to the events, we'll make sure that we include some information on the Juice Plus, the videos. It depends on what the event was that's relevant to it.
But generally, at the end of the event is when I
can't really hear you.
Generally, at the end of the event, when we're all together afterwards, most people stay behind.
Can't hear you, girl.
Can you not hear me at all? Hello?
I think it's like, yeah, you got to be right in front of it.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, so generally at the end of the event, we will all sit down together and we'll end up talking. So people don't, just come to the event and then they leave. It ends up being, we sit down all together, whether it's at the Copper Branch, whether it's at somebody's house, and we just get into general health discussions, and Juice Plus just gets brought up, and then it becomes a topic of discussion for everyone, right? Because people say, oh, what are you taking? What's helping you? And sort of that's really what happens. We don't often bring it up in the middle of like the event. It's usually afterwards.
Okay,
and I find that that's the best way to do it.
Perfect. Cool. Linz, can you tell us a little bit more about, you've got such a huge customer base. Can you tell us where a lot of those customers come from? Where do you find these customers? Are you finding them from the Durham Healthy Living Revolution? Are you finding them from these events? Are you finding them everywhere? Because you do have your hands in so many different things, right?
Mm-hmm. So I feel like it was kind of at an advantage because initially I have my raw food business. So initially when I joined Juice Plus, I would cross-advertise with both of them. So it would be, for instance, if somebody would sign up with Juice Plus, then I would give them like a free gift from my other business. So I've been kind of using that as like a marketing tactic. But I find social media has been like the best thing for me. Just sharing, not a lot of like selling, but just like sharing, and every day. So whether it be like a post about my kids, my baby's now 9 months. So she has like purees. So I'm opening up the capsules, putting in the purees, just taking a picture, just like creating some curiosity. And then I get people that just comment like, oh, what is that? Or what are you doing? And then, the conversation just kind of comes from them. It's just all over the place. And also with the posts, I find that even though I'm a mom and that's what's most important to me, it's not what everyone is going to resonate with. So I make sure that the posts that I also do are like for the athlete. So if I go for a run or do yoga or do something like that, I always talk about like the recovery after. So that's going to be interesting to someone who, is more athletic, and their focus obviously isn't just being a mom and having their kids take Juice Plus. So just keeping it a very like wide variety, making sure that it appeals to everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, that you're the queen of social media, that is for sure. And I think consistency is the key, right? And
yeah, for sure.
It's fun and not barfing Juice Plus. But you do, I see a lot of your posts are specifically about Juice Plus. So it has to be whatever resonates with you. But you do such a great variety of switching up the posts all the time, so that you're sort of like feeding to all audiences, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Because you never know. And it's funny because sometimes I'll be posting and there won't be a lot of, interaction or engagement. And then, I'll get a message like a month later. It's like, oh, I've been following you and I've been doing this. So you really don't know who's watching and how much they're seeing. So definitely consistency.
Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, one last question, and then I'll let you guys get back to your party. So, when I know that you do a lot of wellness events in the sense of going to shows on the weekend and things like that, and having a booth set up, can you talk a little bit about how you get involved with these, where you get involved with these, and how you run them?
So a lot of them are just like vendor shows and markets. And again, when I go into these, it's for my other business, but I always bring Juice Plus information. I always bring like juice samples, shake samples, and the yeah, I always have it displayed. And although it's not always like the center of it, I always get people asking like, what is this? And I just had a customer sign up from my last show that I did on the weekend. So basically, they're just local shows. A lot of the times you have to pay to have a table. So I kind of like go through the year and I know which ones are like the most beneficial, and I just kind of figure out what my budget is and just pay for a table, set up my stuff, and then talk about Juice Plus, talk about the product, talk about everything else that I have going on. Another thing that I like to do with the shows is I always like to have a draw for something, and that way people are filling out ballots for a draw, and so now I have their information. So now I can send them a follow-up email. I can send them more information if they want it.
Yeah, such a good idea.
Yeah, so it's just basically looking what's in your area and seeing what would be the most beneficial for you. So there's a lot of, especially this time of year, there's a lot of like Christmas markets and mom shows. So I find those to be the best.
Lots of exposure. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
so great. Thanks so much, Linz. Thank you so much. I want to open it up if anybody has any questions before we let them go, because they have their team Christmas party going on right now. Anybody have any questions? Everybody's quiet. Sleepy.
Another thing we're going to mention too is, as important it is to have events with the community, it's so important to have events with your team. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're actually making soup in a jar for little Christmas gifts. We put them all together already. So just getting together with your team when you can. Not everybody can obviously make it all the time, but I don't know, it's so much better to kind of get on the same page and see where everyone's at, and it just, I don't know, the energy from it, and you just leave like just more inspired.
Yeah, you guys are a really close-knit team, and I find sometimes it's hard because when you have a team that's spaced out all over Ontario, it's harder to get everybody together. You guys are really fortunate that you guys all live pretty close.
Yeah, we're all pretty close.
We went out for dinner on Monday.
Yeah, you guys went for dinner on Monday. But power in numbers, right? So kudos to you guys. You guys have created such an amazing atmosphere for your team, amazing team culture. You guys are always doing fun things. Like had their live blood analysis done. Like you guys have done absolutely everything. So kudos to you for creating that culture, because that's what's going to take your team to the top. And it's a very, very special thing. And it's a hard thing to get, is team culture. It really is. Sounds ridiculous, but to have a team that's close-knit, where you love spending time with one another and thoroughly enjoy your time together is pretty special. So kudos to you guys, and I can't wait to see what Durham's going to do in 2018. You guys are going to rock it. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Linz. Everybody else stay on. Nicole's got some updates as to what is happening in the new year coming down from Mitra. So thanks so much, guys.
Great. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the ball party. Okay, guys, how is everyone? I just want to connect. I know that there was a few of you on the rep call Tuesday, and really what I want to go over is that there's a couple things that are really exciting for 2018 that was announced on the rep call. And what Mitra and some of the leaders on Team Shining Star want to do and are going to do is a 90-day game plan starting in January heading into conference. And so we're really excited about that. Jen, Melissa, Sarah, myself, the leaders. And so for a lot of you that are on the call tonight, you probably haven't heard about the 90-day game plan, but it's really exciting. And, I was doing some reflection here tonight before I jumped on the call about why doing this business in these spurts are so important. When I was reflecting on Melissa's journey to QNMD and to NMD, really what got her there was this spurt of energy and activity. And it all happened, honestly, Q happened for Melissa in 1 month, and Q to NMD happened in 1 month. Honestly, that's where she built, you know, when I think of Melissa going from SSC to NMD, it really happened in 2 months. That's where the volume came in. And it happened because she had massive activity. I mean, Melissa, I don't even know if you remember because you were spinning so much, but her NMD speech was like, NMD means no more dinners, because there was no dinners for her family for a month. Now, that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I'm sure that there was at least one meal for her family. No, she's like, no. So when you study the world of, I'm going to say, network marketing, and you study the successful countries and how they keep on building this momentum, is they all take on these 90-day challenge. So I'm going to give you a little bit of detail about this, what this all means. So you can participate or not. It is totally optional. But if you guys are on this call tonight, or you're listening a little bit later because you couldn't be on the call tonight, what it is it's you that's going to be hungry for the next level, whatever that may be for you. And it's getting focused for 90 days and committing to stuff that either you usually don't commit to, or you use a lot of excuses to say, well, I just can't do it because. 90 days is about, let's squash those excuses for 90 days and take on a challenge that will move your business forward. And so Jeff Olson and his team at Adventure is really putting the tools in place behind the scenes to launch this. That I know for sure is that there's going to be a private. What's that?
We can't hear.
Okay. There's going to be a private. I am on my phone? How can I cut it on my phone? Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. I'm going to try to put all of the energy of Wi-Fi on my phone. Hold on. I'm going to kick off my daughter. I now have the Google app. Hold on. Let me see if this works. Google Wi-Fi.
Her internet's so funny.
Pause now. Let's see who I can pause. View devices. Who am I going to put down? Huh?
Your face is paused.
Is it? Okay, hold on. Sydney's iPhone pause. iPhone not pause. Okay, I'm shutting my daughter's phone off. She's going to freak.
At least she's not paused like this.
Yeah. Okay. There.
Too much?
So let's see. I just shut her phone off, so this might help. Am I unfrozen?
Yeah. You're back, baby.
Okay.
You're back.
Okay. Yeah, but you might be dead in a couple of minutes.
Too much radiation from
okay, I got to do this really quick. Okay, so there's going to be a private Facebook support page for the group where there will be regular communication and homework and like flash challenges, and you can choose to do them or not. This is totally up to you. There is absolutely no babysitting. The accountability is you, which is really cool. The one thing that we've been talking about the last couple calls is about, geez, it would be really nice to have consistent Freedom Revolution calls. Well, this is the gift to you guys, is they're going to commit for 3 months from Sunday to Thursday, every night at 9:30 p.m. That will be Eastern Standard Time. There will be a Freedom Revolution call. And it will last 30 minutes, and that will be run by at least 1 to 2 NMDs. So that's where you can tap in and bring all of your prospects to learn about the product and the business on a live Zoom call. So let's hear it out for Jeff Olson for putting this together. So it's pretty cool. We've pushed them to potentially do a daytime one, but we're still waiting back on that. What else can I tell you about this? But in order for you guys to actually get in the group, you have to do some homework. And this is what Mitra talked about on the rep call. So the homework is completion. You need to write down a list of stuff that you are avoiding in your life that you know that you need to complete. So do you have relationships that you need to put completion to? Do you have tasks at home that you have been avoiding? You need to write down that list of tasks that you have been avoiding, and you have to make a commitment and complete it before you get added to the 90-day game challenge. So just be honest with yourself. As Mitra said, she started just writing down, stuff. And I don't think it's, like, I was thinking about this the other day. I mean, we can get caught up in, oh my gosh, are the tasks, but it's like, what are the tasks that are holding you back to get your butt going? Because we always use so many excuses. Oh, I can't work today because, oh, my house is a disaster. Oh, I can't work today because, oh, I had another fight with my spouse and I'm in a bad mood. Like, it's just, the list goes on and on. Oh, I can't do it because of my taxes. I'm so behind. Like, what are you procrastinating on and putting off that's keeping you from your greatness? That was pretty much the message from Mitra's rep call. So when you're done your task list that you're using as an excuse not to get hustling, that's when you can join the 90-day game plan. I don't know how much more I can tell you on that. It's kind of generic, because I mean, is there going to be, like, I mean, for some of us, our list is like this and we're never going to get it done and we're going to go to the grave. But I guess the point of it is get the tasks that are holding you back done. I don't know if anybody else was on the call that wants to pipe in. I mean, this is all coming from Landmark Education, the training that she's gotten over the years, and I have too.
Yeah, just so what I took away was that, Nicole, it's not actually completing those tasks, but just dumping it onto paper. All your to-dos, all that kind of stuff, getting it out of your head and onto paper. And then there's going to be a launch, for lack of better words, on Friday about this 90 game plan, all of the details. I don't know time or anything yet, but I just read that. So we will know more about it then. But as I've been saying to my team, you know what? Go for it. Do the 90 days, because it will take your business farther ahead than if you don't. And you can totally work it at your own pace, do as much or as little as you want. But I know that you'll do more if you're playing in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, and like, I know I've been starting to work on my completion tasks for sure. And it's long. It's not like I'm going to get through everything by January 1st and be ready to go, but there's some really key elements on that list. It's like, what's your 2018 plan? Are you clear? Do you have your dream board ready to go? Are you got your vision, your vision for 2018? Are you focused? Like, it's stuff like that when January comes, you want to be ready to go and to move it, and have that family meeting. If you guys are serious about the 90-day game plan, you're going to sit down with your family and you're going to have a conversation to say, mommy's going for it or daddy's going for it. This is the goal that I'm going to go for. And yeah, I'm going to put an extra 5, 10, 15, whatever those hours in. And I need your support on this because I'm going for it. And it's scarier than hell, but I need you guys as my cheerleaders. And I'm sure that Jen, you needed to do that when you were going for NMD. And I'm sure Melissa, you needed that as well too. You need your family on board. You need their love. You need their support. And, but as Melissa said, you play at the level that you think, can fit in your schedule, because we all have different schedules. So your leaders are committed to a 90-day game plan. We're totally pushing ourselves out of our comfort level, and we're playing at the level that, if we're playing here, we're taking it to the next level. And we're really excited, really excited. I mean, I'm giddy about it. How about you, Melissa and Jen? You ready to play full out? January, February, March, 3 months. And it goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. And the times that I have played in this game, when I go back to my notebooks, is, when I got the most customers, it's when I got the most distributors, it's when I created the most momentum, it's where I was starting to produce, the most SCs in this business. So it is an exciting time when you commit to it. So, and it's fun to do it with a group. And I think, there's a lot of people that are going to be coming on board for this, so that we can all help each other move to that next level. Anybody else, Melissa or Jen, do you have any final? Actually, Jen, why don't you give, because I know your last month going to NMD, it was crazy, but it was like a 90-day game plan and you did it in 30 days. Just give people a taste of what that energy was like in your life, like the chaos. Get used to chaos. It's going to be chaotic.
Oh man, I don't know. I think it was like a blur. I know my dog had diarrhea for the last week before I hit NMD and would not stop pooing all over my house. I remember that it was just everyone collectively working, and I finally got the balls to ask people for help. That was, I think, a big game changer. It doesn't matter if you're a VF or you're a Q going to NMD. If you are trying to accomplish a goal, make sure your team knows and let them know and ask them for help and be vulnerable and let them know that, like, hey, you can't do this alone. This isn't your promotion, it's your team's promotion. So every time you hit a level, that is a level that you're representing for your team. The month leading into NMD, I don't know, I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning some nights. I was, working my regular job plus the 3 kids plus all the activities and all the regular mommy and wife things. I just literally used every single stolen moment that I had. I was like, all right, I'm just not going to stop till this is done, because I made my mind up, and I was almost like mad. I was like, I am so mad. I do not want to not have this for my team for one more month. And we just didn't stop until it was done. I phoned Melissa the day that we hit NMD, and I cried because I thought that we had messed up on the math. And it was crazy chaos, but so worth it and so much fun. And it was like being a kid again. The only way I can compare it, and it's maybe not a good comparison, but I was big into sports. So like track and field meets or like, basketball, things like that. And I would be so nervous and excited that I would be like sick in my stomach. Like my tummy would be upset, like, cause from nerves and excitement. And that's how it was for 30 days. And just, talk to your team every day, touch base with them, ask them for their help, give them great ideas, have lots and lots and lots of events, face-to-face Facebook parties, get your social media blown up, just have fun with it. And Nicole, I think you nailed it. This business definitely is burst. Let's be honest. We're not all 100% every single day in this business. It's your own home-based business. You work it from your phone, you work it from your computer. There's going to be times when you're feeling less motivated. That's why you talk to your team and you stay in touch with your team every day, because they're the ones that are going to pump you up. But it goes like this in bursts. And when you're in a burst, use it and push forward and accomplish as many of your goals as you can during that. And just enjoy the ride, because honestly, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. This 90-day game plan is going to be huge. Team Hustle, I'm going to be talking to you because we've kind of still have our hustles going. So I have to regroup with the girls and see how this is going to fit into this 90-day game plan. But it's going to be awesome. And again, it's up to you if you want to do it, but it's going to be there. And even if you do some of it, you'll be further ahead. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. Does anybody have any comments or questions before we close off tonight's team call?
Steph, hands up.
I know that she's tucking her son in right now, so she's got no video or anything on right now. But I just wanted to welcome Tracy to her very first Zoom call with Juice Plus. I think that she may have fallen asleep. We don't know. But I just wanted to know that we're seeing that she's there, and very, very big welcome.
Yeah.
Tracy awesome. Welcome, Tracy.
Welcome. I'm here.
That's great.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
I can see you falling asleep.
Yeah, it's happening.
Oh my gosh. We're so happy that you joined us. This business is such a small world. Tracy and my brother were like best friends for years. So
oh my gosh, wow.
We just had like a 1-hour conversation like 2 days ago. It was awesome.
I know. He told me he was over here last night. I said, wow, that's crazy, because she just joined our team. So you are in great hands with Steph. She's just an amazing leader. And we're so pumped that you've joined us. We've got an unbelievable team. Unbelievable team. So you're going to have so much fun.
Excited.
Awesome, girl. Okay, can't wait to see you.
All right, talk to you guys later.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining us on the team call tonight. And I hope everyone is excited about the 90-day game plan. And stay tuned to the live ball party feeds coming your way from tomorrow. Who else is doing a live party? I am. Melissa is. Who else?
Tara.
Anybody else? You guys are just going to be like watching us boring. Oh, I see a hands up. Who is that? Tara. Tara's doing one. And I can't see anybody else because they're probably like no makeup in their lingerie. Okay, getting ready for their husbands. You go. Vineyard. No.
I got my
Or
granny.
the granny
outfit.
jammies, right?
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Have a great night.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.